Not in his seat, in his seat. There he is. Bring yourself on here, Richard.
Hey, keep it going for Dean Redman!
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice. How we doing, guys? I'm Richard from Edmonton. Can I get a what's up, Rich?
What's up, Rich?
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
Can I get a boo boo?
No. What you
I just
did?
saw 2,000 people try to beatbox and spit on the person in front of them. That was beautiful.
Well, check this out. Back to you, Justin Bieber.
That was unexpected, but equally awesome. Vancouver, Olympic City. Guys, I was in, come on. No, I was in Whistler in February, and I noticed in BC, the snow is really wet, and it's really slippery. And I just got a Japanese car, I just got a Subaru, and as I was driving along the mountains, my car started to slide, and I was like, whoa, and then it slid some more, and I was like, yeah, embrace it. And then I started sliding everywhere, and I was like, oh my god, like, I just imagined like a Japanese guy in my back seat just like cheering me on, like, oh, drifto, oh, drifto. I just turned around like, thanks, Mr. Miyagi. Richardson, drift on, drift off. Whenever I'm here in Vancouver, I always get to watch TV because I usually just play video games at home. But I always see this one commercial, and it's this guy. He's dressed as a thief, and it's late at night, and he's like walking around the streets, and he passes by a woman with a purse, and it's like, you wouldn't steal a purse. And then he passes by like a car, and it's like, you wouldn't steal a car. And then he like walks up into his apartment, sits down, and starts downloading movies. And it's like, so why would you steal a movie? And I was like, okay, hold on, wait. If I could download a car, I totally would. You guys know what I mean? I'd have Lamborghini torrents running all day, like. And like, if you get a virus at home, like on your home computer, yell out what happens, yell it out. Okay, you guys are getting some really weird viruses. I heard death, I heard Bieber Olympics. When I get a virus at home, my computer just gets pop-ups. Like pop-ups will come up from like random websites. And if that was in like a downloaded car and you had no antivirus, it would pop up on your windshield. And I was just like, it would suck so much if like you just came into class or like to school one day and you sit down and you look over and your buddy's not there and you're like, hey man, like what happened to Wes? And your friend next to you is just like, oh man, poor Wes. He's driving to work today or school, going 120 on the Coca-Cola. In his torrented Lamborghini. All of a sudden, boom! Pop up for freepokeronline.net.net appears. Fly straight off the cliff. I don't know what it is, but whenever I come to this convention, people always yell out like Justin Bieber or Bieber things at me. I don't know what it is. I come here and you guys just like, it's just like, oh, he's on stage, Bieber, 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 Bieber. But like, this guy came up to me at the end of the show yesterday and he's like, man, like, I know you get teased a lot for looking like Justin Bieber, but you don't look completely like Justin Bieber. You only look half like him. And I'm like, thanks, you only half insulted me. And I was like, okay, I'll bite. What's the other half? And he was like, Ellen DeGeneres. And I was like, okay, take it and run. So I call up my girlfriend back home and I'm like, someone just told me I look like a fusion cut of Justin Bieber and Ellen DeGeneres. And she's like, yeah, and Johnny Bravo. And I was like, why? Like, because of the hair? Like, that would make sense, right? Because of the hair, and she was like, no, because of your ego. Like, you're my girlfriend. What's going on here? What's happening? Why? It happens everywhere. At work, my nickname is Bieber. At school, one of my teachers called me Justin once. Even when I was I don't know who was at it earlier, I ran a panel on traveling Japan, because I was there legitimately 1 month ago. And in Japan, this one guy saw me across the street, and he saw me. And in Japan, I was in Sapporo, which is like a far northern city, not a lot of white people there, and I usually wear stuff like this, so it kind of stands out. Look at that, yeah. But I wear stuff like this, so it stands out. And I just see him looking at me across the street, and he's like, oh, Justin Bieber. And like, so I'm like, oh crap, I have to go over there. So I cross the street, I go over to him, and this guy spoke like 5 words of English. I'm not kidding you guys. And I'm like walking towards him, and he's like, wait, stop. And he takes out his phone, and he starts like doing something. And I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, is he like calling the police? Or like, is he texting someone? What's happening? And then he brings up a picture of Justin Bieber, and he's just like, you? Justin! You? Justin Bieber! And people always ask me, like, Richard, you've traveled a lot in your lifetime. You're young, you've traveled a lot. What's one thing you've learned? And it's that, you know, people around the world, different individuals, different cultures, they all view the world differently. Except for me. They all view me the same. I love this. I love this. Everything is working. Everything is working this whole sound weekend. Can we give a big round of applause to Sound Guy? You're doing an awesome job. Let's give a big round of applause to Camera Guy. This guy the whole weekend has had like little posters on the top of it. This one says cheer before it said smile and dance. And I was like, what? Look at that, stand up, dude, that's badass. Oh! How am I doing on time? We have time for a couple more? Yes, no? Affirmative, awesome. When I was emceeing an event back home in Edmonton. I'm originally from Edmonton, and this guy knew I was coming up, and he knew I hated being called Justin Bieber, and so he went up to the crowd and he's like, "Hey everyone, who's the stupidest Canadian kid you know?" And the entire crowd, as if they rehearsed it in unison, was like, "Justin Bieber!" And he was like, "Who would you hate to see right now more than anyone on the entire planet?" And the entire crowd was like,
Justin Bieber!
And he was like, and here he is, Justin Bieber! Boo, boo, boo. That was the most awkward set I've done. Yesterday, I'll end on this one, then I'll say something, but yesterday I was drinking at EXP bar. Awesome place, cool. Yeah. And this guy came up to me, and he was just like, "Hey man, like, are you at the 404s?" And I was like, "Yeah man, like, have you seen us?" And he was like, "Yeah, you guys suck." And I was like, I didn't know what to do, and I was just like, "Well, you suck." And he was just like, "Yeah? Well, do you want to?" You wanna fight? And I was like, oh my god, is this guy charging up or something? I was expecting like the room to start shaking, like chairs to start floating, his hair to turn spiky yellow. I just imagine the manager to run around the corner and be like, "Huh? It's over 9,000!" Annie Revo, thanks for having me. And the last thing I want to say is, as long as I'm alive, and as long as all these staff are alive, and as long as you are all alive, anime in Vancouver will never